can't get the solder in there, so we'll move that. I hope I'm catching this. Yeah, I'm pretty good. I got this green pad on here now, which helps me. If I work in the center of the pad, I'm in the center of the video screen, so when I had just my bench, I had a tendency to wander off every now and then. Okay, so there are those guys. I think I got them all. Solder, 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 solder. Yep, okay, so I'll cut them all off now. Okay. See, I think the next magical thing we got to put on is maybe we put the hairpin resistors on now. That sounds like a good bet. Oh, the hairpin diodes right here. They're going to stand up less, but I don't think it really makes too much difference right now. So we'll put on the other 1N4148, and those are D7 and D8. Now these are hairpin style, and we'll bend them so that the I'm going to go a little bit further up, and I'm gonna hold on to it with the pliers, and when I bend it so it doesn't put any stress on that glass package for the diode, and I just bend it down. So it looks like a hairpin or a bobby pin. And the long lead that's not bent is on the body, and you see the bar, it goes up and down. Up, and that gets turned around. So again, I'll just hold it so when I start my bend, I'm not stressing that little package. Okay, so that's D7 and D8. I don't know exactly where they are on this schematic, so I'm going to take a look. D7 is over at the muting circuit, so that would be that muting circuit would be over here by the D7. There it is right there, and I can see the right here D7. So here's the round body, it's in the circle, and the other one is there, and that's the hairpin. So I can pull those apart. So that's D7 and D8. Where's D8 on the schematic? D7, D8. I'm looking on, oh, okay, it's just before the final transistor, so it's down here in this mess right down here. D7. Oop, D8. That's a flat. It's sitting flat, so fortunately I can unbend that. And I'll do the same thing. This time I think I'm going to have to risk it. Okay, so that lays flat. I missed that one. I'll have to adapt that. I'll make a list of all the parts that should go in what order. Okay. So there are the diodes. Are now I'm looking at the height of all these things on the board. Whoops, I'm off the screen. I'm looking at the heights of these parts on the weird stuff, and now I know that I've got left of the resistors here that are going to be hairpins, and they're a little bit taller. So let me put those out of the way for a minute, and then we'll solder up these pieces we just put on, and then we'll go back for the rest of the resistors. That's it, just 2. That's all we had over there? Okay. Okay, so we can go like crazy. Now I'm going to go right down the list of resistors. So this one right here is a 3 ohm resistor, and that's R18, and this is going to be a hairpin. So R18 is down here at the right here. It's at the transistor. R18. The next one is a 10 ohm. That's R6 and R18. So there's an R18, and we're going to bend that around as a hairpin and cut it off. R18, oops, what did I say? 10 ohm, R6 and R18. Oops, I just put in an R18. That was the 3 ohm. Oh, that's why. R18 ordinarily is a 10 ohm, but we put a 3 ohm in there when we do the power and efficiency mod. So we want to go for power, so we're going to take the 10 out and put the 3 in, because we want more power, right? So we'll put this guy in R18. I guess I have to change that on the list too. The original Rockmite had 10 ohms, and what I did is I folded a lot of the optional parts. If you wanted to change them, I added them to the bag so that you didn't have to go chase around if you wanted to try to get more power out of it. Okay, so the next one on the list is a 100 ohm. And 100 ohms, we got 14, 16, 17. 14, 16, 17. And I can see 14 is right. 14 is right here. Okay. And next one on the list is 470. Those 2 resistors are only used if you want to run this thing on 9 volts. That's a 9 volt option. I'm going to set them aside. We don't need those. So now we got 1K ohm resistors. 1K ohm resistors go at 1, 8, 13, and the resistor for the LED. So we got 1, 1, and 8. Okay. Here's R8 right here. Okay. And R1. You have to look for that guy, R1. That's over by the 612. R1 is gotta be up in this neck of the woods somewhere. It says R4. What's R4? That's a 1 mega ohm resistor. Where the heck is R1? Oh, you know what? If I move that, R1 is right there. I've already got an R1 in there. So R1, R8 we put in, R13, R13. There we go, there's R13. See, I kept hunting for 8. We had to put it in because we put it in with a flat pack. We should have probably crossed it off on the list when we installed it so we didn't have to look for it again. Okay, so that's all those guys. What's this one here? This is a 4.7K. Oh, we still got something missing here. Yeah, that's what it is. I didn't finish the R1s because we've got another one, R for the LED. So here's the LED right here, and you can see there's a 1K marked on the board. It doesn't have an R number. It's marked on the board as 1K. That's the current limiter for the power on resistor. Power on LED. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. Let's get those taken care of. I'm going to start a good round of soldering, so I'll clean it up. I'll put a little dab on there for heat transfer, and that's good. I still got some caps in there or something that, oh, these are the hairpins that were cut. Okay, looks like it. We'll cut them off. Now, I might have to break this video off into 2 because it's getting rather long now. So I think what I'll do is I'll get all the discretes and then call that a wrap on this video, and then I'll do one last video of all the connectors. Okay, we're getting close to the end of all the discretes. Okay, so we'll go back, look at these resistors. I've got a 4.7K remaining, 4.7K, and I got R1 for speed. I know that we haven't done that. So up here in the speed pot, there's a 4.7K. So we'll put that in. I'm gonna move that off there for a second so I can do my bending. I'm just gonna put it off to one side a little bit. Okay. 4.7K. R2, R3, R9, and R1. R1, R2, R3, R9. Okay. I think R9 is Here's 10, 17, here's 5, 4, R9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17, C9, R4, 4.7K. R2, R3, R9. All right, okay, I guess I'll consult the schematic again. Looking for 4.7K. $4.7K. Okay, R2 and R3 I can see. 4.7K, R2, R3. So here's R2, R3.